Today we're going to talk about 22 expensive things that are absolutely not worth the purchase. Some of these things are categories as a whole, some are specific items. I'm a former shopaholic. I have spent tens upon tens of thousands of dollars on things that I thought would make my life better, and they absolutely did not. I have been feeling a little more influenced lately to buy. So I'm making this video in an effort to de-influence myself and hopefully de-influence you, because the moral of the story is a lot of the stuff that is marketed to us by influencers or by companies really won't make that much more of a difference in your life. So let's get into it. Number one, I feel like a lot of people are going to disagree with me on a lot of these things, and that is fine. This is personal to me. This is my experience, my body, my everything. So some of these things might work for you, and that's fine. And if they do, leave it below so other people know, because I'm one person, right? But number one is any spa service. I have had endless amounts of dermaplaning and microneedling and luxurious facials and medical facials and hydrofacials. Hydrofacials is definitely one of them. Hydrofacial is where they have a machine and they like suck all of the gunk out of your face, but really, and they end up showing you like the container afterwards. It's like, look, all the stuff that came out of your face, when really it's like a lot of the fluid that they use. Honestly, I think it's a pretty much a gimmick. That's my opinion. When it comes down to it, I have spent so much money on so many different types of facials and spa services at medi spas, in a plastic surgeon's office, at a regular spa, and none of them made a significant difference in my face. You walk out and you feel great for like the day, your face is glowing, but it is so short-lived for that few $100 experience that I really just don't think it's worth it. Microneedling, also my opinion, I've had it done at the spa, I've done it at home, didn't see a difference at all. The one thing I do love is dermaplaning, which is like this little razor that you can take off all the peach fuzz and dead skin cells. I enjoy that. I buy like a 6-pack on Amazon and it costs me like $9 and it lasts a while. Whereas if you go get a dermaplane in a spa, at least around here, it's between $100 and $150. Definitely not worth it. The only thing that I have not had done that I've heard is actually really effective and worth it are laser treatments. And I don't know enough to talk about it, so I'm talking about anything outside of laser treatments. But like really, I feel like I've done everything and nothing has been so effective where, although I kept going back, nothing was so effective where I was like, yeah, I definitely need to keep doing that and doing that, because if I don't, my skin goes to crap. It's just not the case. Number three is my luxury car. I currently drive a Range Rover Evoque. I got it brand new, and I'm working really hard to pay it down as fast as possible to have it paid off, and then I will just drive it into its grave until it's done. But any brand new car, I basically just don't think is worth it. Number three is any Dyson hair product. You don't need a Dyson hair product. I think the fact that I spent, I don't even know what it is now, $300-400 on a hair dryer is stupid. In fact, I still have it and it keeps cutting out on me. Right now it's not even working, so I'm using a blow dryer that I bought 2 years prior to getting the Dyson hair dryer, and that thing works great. I got it at Sephora. I still pay too much for it, but it's doing great. So Dyson hair dryer, although it is nice, it's lightweight, it's definitely all marketing and not worth it. And then second to that is the Dyson Airwrap. Not worth it. In fact, I had it. I got the whole entire kit when it came out and was using it like every few days, and then I went back to my hairdresser like 4 weeks later and she's like, have you been doing something different to your hair? And it didn't really occur to me. I was like, no, why? She's like, it just feels really dead. Like you have so many dead ends that we have to cut off a lot of it, like everywhere. It occurred to me the only thing I changed was that Dyson Airwrap. And so I sold it right away, but I just don't think it's worth it. It's really not. So maybe somebody will disagree with me, but I just think that those hair tools are way overpriced. And I think that the negative ions and doesn't kill your hair, the heat doesn't kill your hair. Like all of these marketing gimmicks are just that, a marketing gimmick, my opinion. I've spent so much money in this category, it's crazy. Again, again, my opinion, my skin, my experience. Okay, everybody has such different skin that this applies to me. I'm not saying this applies to everybody, but my opinion, any expensive skincare product, I've tried La Mer, I've tried Sicily, I've tried La Prairie. And when I say I have tried, for like, I want to say 2 years was using La Prairie only. Their serum and their face moisturizer. And I think the moisturizer was around $395. And I was replacing this regularly. And although it was nice, it was luxurious, my skin felt nice. Was it $395 nice? I don't think so. I think the serum was about $195 or $295. I don't remember. And at some point they discontinued the type of moisturizer I was using. So then the next step up, the lowest price moisturizer that they had when they discontinued it was $595. I just decided at that point that it was too expensive. So I went to La Prairie, and I wanted to love La Prairie so much. And I just didn't. It didn't do anything for my skin. And in fact, my skin kind of felt worse at times. Same thing with Sicily. I went back and forth with them for like 2 years. I tried different products. I tried the, I don't even know what the moisturizer is now, but it's like the most popular one for La Prairie. I tried it multiple times and it just didn't do anything to my skin. Augustus, I don't even know how to pronounce this name, but I tried it several times, the serum and the moisturizer, the Augustus Bader, I don't know, I'll have it up on screen. Tried that, also didn't do anything. And this is over like years of trying to love it. And the fact is, like, I found the moisturizer I use now, I think it's called Boom. Not sponsored, not affiliated. They don't know I exist. But I've been using this. My sister put me onto it. My sister's like very crunchy granola. She doesn't like a lot of harsh chemicals. This product has very few ingredients. I get a big tub of it, giant. It lasts me forever for like $50. And it's great. It's the best moisturizer I have ever used. And I feel like I've tried every single thing out there from Sephora. Like going back from 2 years to 10 years ago, I've literally tried everything. And this moisturizer that I have now is, in my opinion, the best and the least expensive. And while we're on it, I have yet to find, I've tried so many. I should do like a long list. I have yet to find, I've literally spent tens of thousands of dollars on skincare. I have yet to find a serum that I fell in love with. CE Frulic, SkinCeuticals CE Frulic, I think is what it's called. That serum is loved by many for years and years. It is like a tried and true for so many people. Honestly, it didn't do anything for my skin. Nothing. Like, I noticed no difference in my skin texture. I noticed no difference in the brown spots in my face. I just kept buying it because I'm like, it's got to be doing something. People are saying it's doing something. So like influencers are basically saying it's the best thing ever. So it has to be doing something. And when I look back at it now, like, my skin never changed. It never made a dent. I don't miss the product. And I don't know why people love it so much. If you do, leave it below, right? So let other people know why you love it, truly. But for me, there's just so much skincare out there that it just has never been effective at all. I've never, ever found anything that I truly fell in love with, except until now. I love the moisturizer I use now. I've been using it for like 2 years and it's great. The next thing is any service or course created by a YouTuber or an influencer. I'm sorry, like, there are some, and when I say influencers or creators, like, you have some people who they are first a business person and then they become an influencer, not because they want to, but because they just need to get the word out. So the person I'm thinking of is Alex Hormozi. He has this, I think it's almost $1 billion business at this point, buying up businesses and whatever he does. And so that's separate from YouTube. What I'm saying is, like, there are so many different course creators that offer services or courses that you can buy. And the person that's coming to my mind right now is Caleb Hammer. And he has a financial course. Like, there's a lot of YouTubers I'm thinking of that have how to grow on YouTube or how to grow in social media courses. And the thing is that most of this stuff I think people want to buy it because they believe that they will learn something so groundbreaking and new that is not out in the public already, that will give them a leg up in whatever they're trying to excel at. And it's just not the case. Most of the time, anything you need to learn is generally, if it's from an influencer or a course creator, it's generally already in their YouTube videos. Like, you just have to watch their YouTube videos or their TikToks. Like, you can get the gist. All you have to do is search the thing and then watch the video on that topic, and you'll basically learn all you need to do. I just think a lot of these creators, it's like a cash grab, and most of the stuff that they're teaching you is not anything new, and you can definitely find it online on YouTube for free. Oh, and I also, one other thing on that, this also really applies to personal finance, because this channel is on my personal finance journey, and I've seen so many different creators, Caleb is one of them, who have services, like they'll help you with your finances, your personal finances, or courses on personal finance. And honestly, when it comes down to it, like the basic premise to get your personal finances in order, like, you don't need to hire any of these people because they're really not even experts. They're really not. They just got themselves out of debt, learned a little bit about it, like you should do for free on YouTube, and now they're teaching other people. And like the basis behind all these courses is like, find a good budgeting system, spend less than you make, and pay yourself first. That's it. That's basically what it is. So next on, we got a lot of like beauty stuff in here because I spent so much money in the past that like I feel like I've got a good grasp on it. Next one is face tools, micro needling tools. I think it's micro current tools, the LED mask, face cleansing tools like the Foreo. I feel like some people are going to disagree with me on this fully, and that's okay. But first, these LED masks that I see people wearing all the time. First of all, I looked up a few expensive ones, which I'll put on screen. I'll do one on the expensive one on one side and then the cheap one on the other. They look pretty similar. One is from Alibaba and one is from the company. And when we're talking about, like I just did a video on the luxury dupes, this seems to be either they're purchasing it through Alibaba and putting their brand on it, or this is a dupe. Either way, we are paying hundreds of dollars more than we need to be for an LED mask that we don't even know if it's effective. I went through a lot of different studies, just trying to find one that was definitive in the effectiveness of an LED mask. And I'm not saying it's not, but I could not find one. In every single study, the results were inconclusive. They just couldn't say yes or no. And I don't think that's reason enough to wear this mask every day and spend, like, they range anywhere from $300 to like $600. I just don't think it's worth it. Same thing with face cleansing tools. If you remember the Foreo, which is still pretty popular, I had a big Foreo. I had a Foreo at our second home in Florida. I had a mini Foreo for traveling. And then I had the Clarisonic face cleansing brush. None of them made a difference. I mean, it's nice to have, it felt nice. It didn't make a difference. And then the Foreo, if you flip it over, it has like, it vibrates, and then it's supposed to like push your face serums and moisturizer into your skin. Didn't make a difference at all. I feel like we're gonna look back at this in 10 years and laugh at ourselves for using things that just didn't work at all. Athletic greens. Okay, I mean, there are so many influencers who are sponsored by Athletic Greens, and that's fine. I was so heavily influenced to use this product. I think I used it for like on and off for 2 years, and definitely over a year, for sure over a year. And I was on a subscription service. And so every 3 to 4 weeks, I would be spending another, I think like starting off, the pouch is like between 100 and 120. You get the pouch, you get the shaker, you get the whatever, you get a few things. And then you have to replenish it every 3 to 4 weeks at the tune of like $80, $85, which is freaking expensive. That is expensive. It's like triple my gym membership right now. And so I wanted to feel a difference, but I really just did not feel any different. Like there was just no, like, my skin didn't feel better. I didn't sleep better. I didn't have more energy. And I really tried to pay attention because I went on and off of it. And I was like, I was basically drinking it because I felt like I was doing myself a disservice if I didn't. I also wasn't consuming a ton of vegetables back then. So I think it was probably helping a little whether I saw it or didn't. However, once I stopped using Athletic Greens and paying that much money every month, one, no difference whatsoever. What has made a difference in my life and what always makes a difference, and I see the changes in my body and in my mindset if I'm off, if I'm not sleeping regularly, if I'm not drinking enough water, or if I'm not consuming enough greens. Just like a well-balanced diet and less processed stuff. Like that made way more of a difference than spending $80-something on Athletic Greens. Going back to the topic of skincare, under eye patches. Under eye patches never did anything. It didn't matter. It didn't get rid of bags or puffiness. I'm sorry, if it works for you, I'm so happy and keep doing it. For me, it never did. I basically just did it because I felt like I was doing self-care when I was using eye patches and face masks, which never were effective. I went into Sephora and I looked up the most expensive eye patches available on Sephora. And what do you know? I used the top 2 most expensive eye patches, neither of which made a difference. And I bought them multiple times because I felt like I should, and I saw everybody else doing it on YouTube, so I did it. But the top 2 were Shiseido. It was Shiseido and Peter Thomas Roth, the gold patches, which the gold, to me, gimmick all the way. Yeah, wasn't effective and wasn't worth it. And I think the eye patches were like, for a container, I think they were close to $70. It's just stupid. You just don't need it. And I'm sure that there is a DIY for these patches. So, and I'm sure somebody can leave it below and let everybody else know what the DIY is instead of spending $70 on stupid eye patches. Next one is brow lamination and a lash lift. I love the service of a brow lamination and lash lift. Like, I think it makes such a difference. I could never do lashes because I don't even like the way they look anymore, to be honest. But at some point I was intrigued to try them, and my eyes just reject them wholeheartedly. Like, they do not take them. They puff up. I cannot see. So I got into lash lifts, which I freaking love. But for a few years, I was doing a brow lamination and lash lift together. And those 2 services combined, at least around here, cost me about $250 before tip. So that's an expensive service. And I decided when I started personal finance that I would buy the kit and try it at home. I was very nervous. It took me a while. I had the kit for a while before I tried the lash lift because I was just scared that I would go blind because it's a perming solution. If you don't know, lash lift and brow lamination, you are perming your brows and you're perming your lashes. So the lashes, my lashes are straight and they go down all the time. They do not curl. Even if I curl them with a lash curler, they do not stay curled. I've tried every mascara under the sun. They do not stay curled. But the perming solution, they stay uplifted all the time. It's great. The same thing with brows. My brows are sparse, they are long, and they go down. So the perming solution just makes them fluffy and stay up. It's great. So I love the service. Doing it is worth it, but paying that much money every, like 6 or 8 weeks is not worth it. So I bought the package. I think it cost me like $150, and it took me a while to do the lash lift, but I ended up doing it. I followed a tutorial and it was fine. It worked out totally fine. And I still have the package I bought at home to do it at home will probably last me at least another year, at least. And I've already used it like 4 or 5 times. Like, it's paid for itself through and through. So lash lift or brow lamination at a salon or spa, in my opinion, is absolutely not worth it. Next one is trending pans, like pots and pans. A lot of these, okay, so before, when I was looking for pots and pans, I had seen these, I still see these advertised, the Our Place pans and the Caraway pans. And honestly, I don't think either are great. I ended up getting the Caraway pans, which my boyfriend kind of likes, but I would rather save the money. I would rather save the money and get a few really good pans, and I'm thinking of the name and I'm spacing, but I will put it up on screen because those have never failed us ever. They are perfection. But these pans, the nonstick erodes and essentially like dissipates, and so everything sticks. They're so heavy that I can't even lift. Like I have to use two hands, and even that is heavy. And I have to like lift and to, you know, dump any food out onto the plate. I just don't like them, and I don't think that they were worth the price. I think the set I bought was close to $400, and I just, yeah, I don't like them. So not worth it. I think you can do way better for cheaper, or you can just save for a little longer and buy the really, really good stuff. Diptyque candles. Diptyque candles. Oh, Diptyque candles. They are so freaking expensive. I will say there was one scent I enjoyed, but God, it's just like for something that burns, it doesn't even stick. And even the scent dissipates. So it's not even like an air freshener where it just keeps going. It only goes for as long as you burn it, and you can only burn it for so long because then it's done. You've reached the end of its life. And so just for the reason that they are so expensive, and honestly, a lot of the scents I just don't love. I wanted to love, I've tried many, and I like talked myself into loving them because of the aesthetic and the reputation, but in reality, it's not great. I have found one candle, and even some people might think that candles are a waste. I have one scent that I really like in the winter and one scent I really like in the spring and summer. And I'll buy one candle, just one, and I will move it with me into the rooms that I'm in when I'm like cleaning or working, because I sometimes like to have a candle going. And I think it's like $16, maybe $20. It's either between like $16 and $35. Even some people might think that that's expensive, but I love the scent. It's all natural. I don't go crazy with it. So I just think Diptyque is like way overhyped, and it's just not worth it. I don't think we need to stay on here long because I've already just made like 2 or 3 videos on this, but designer handbags, absolutely not worth it. Like the Chanel's, the Louis Vuittons, the Gucci's, anything. It's just not worth it. It's thousands of dollars. You are not paying for the quality. And I think at least if you're going to buy it secondhand. But even that, I don't know. I've just had such a huge 180 with this that like anything that has a logo on it now, or just anything that signifies that brand, I want to run away from. I just don't think it's worth it. And I don't want to give these companies, LVMH specifically, my money. I don't think that they deserve it. I don't want to give it to them. I actually had somebody in my comment, and I meant to respond to her, but I got distracted. So hopefully I can go and find it. But she mentioned that, I think she said that she's not rich. She said that they work really hard for their money. She said she has 3 Louis Vuittons, and it's been like 2 years, and she's thinking about getting another one, and is it a waste of money? And what I wanted to say is like, the item is worth what you're willing to pay for it. So for me, that $3,000 bag is not worth $3,000 because I'm not willing to pay that. If you are, then do it. That bag is worth then $3,000 for you. But what I would say is like, make sure, like really dig in. Okay, like go deep and sit with yourself and like really understand, think about what you're thinking about when you want to buy the bag. Understand exactly why you want to buy the bag. And if you are at all thinking about how you'll look at a certain event, or how you'll look out somewhere, or even how you'll be perceived by other people, you might even have to like really, like I said, dial in, like subconsciously this might be going on. You might have to like bring it to the surface. Like sometimes we have these fleeting thoughts and we're not even really connecting the two of like wanting the item and what we're daydreaming about. But just make sure it's not for that reason. If you just have this brand, if you love Louis Vuitton, I'm talking to like anybody, okay, not just her now. But if you just love Chanel, or you love Louis Vuitton and you just follow the brand for years, and you love their designs that they come out with, and you love the leather and the craftsmanship, you just love owning it, then that's different. but I think that the reason behind it also makes sense, because honestly, we like to spend our money in a multitude of different ways. And the way I spend my money, you might think is a total overpaying waste of time. So I don't want to always say that buying the Chanel bag is a waste of money. It is to me, but it might not be to you. The point is, make sure you're buying it for the right reasons. Designer sunglasses. Not worth it. Not worth it. I think I've owned nearly every brand there is for sunglasses, from Tiffany and Chanel to Prada and Gucci, because my ex was notorious for, he bought brand name sunglasses and would lose them like every 3 weeks. And he had I don't know if you're familiar, if you're from the USA, you might be familiar with Newport, Rhode Island. And so he had a boat there, and in Newport is a sunglass store that sells all these brand names, luxury sunglasses. So every time he would lose a pair, which would always happen on the boat because they'd fall off his head and then they'd go into the ocean, he had to buy a new pair. He would go in there, buy a new pair, and then he'd buy me a pair with him. And so I would just accumulate, because I wouldn't lose them. I just accumulate sunglasses after sunglasses after sunglasses after sunglasses. I had so many pairs and none of them were worth it. Honestly, they're just sunglasses. I enjoyed them for a short while, and now I have one pair left. Like, I've since either sold a lot of them or lost them along the way. It's just not worth spending. Like, all of them range anywhere from $150 to $500 for a pair of sunglasses. Like, most of them are plastic, okay, with a logo or a design on it. It's not worth it. Permanent makeup. I have not had the eyeliner done, and I'm glad I haven't, because I considered doing it for a very long time, and the lips, but I haven't really met anybody that has gotten permanent makeup, eyeliner or lips, that is so thrilled that they did it, that it made a huge difference. And that is expensive. It's expensive. You may have to go multiple times. I've had my eyebrows done twice. I've had my eyebrows done like 4 times, because the first spot was at a spa in Boston, Massachusetts, and I had to go back like 2 or 3 times because it would fade and they have to redo it. Then years later, I went back and did it again, and this was like 2 years ago. But honestly, like, for me, I have oily skin and it just fades. And I still always just do my eyebrows. Like, I've always just done my eyebrows, even when I had that done. So it's just never been worth it, and it's freaking expensive. It's so expensive. So I would stay away from it. Just figure out a quick way to do whatever you need to do, whether it's eyeliner or eyebrows. It kind of sucks having to do it every day, but for me personally, it was a waste of money. And I probably spent like $3,000-$4,000 on permanent brows. And here I am doing them every single day. Next one is multiples of anything. Multiples of anything we do not need. I have bought multiples of skincare, of every type of makeup, multiples of Burberry jackets. I have a green one, I have a red one, and I have a black one. Like, I was the queen of multiples, because if I liked it, I wanted to buy more of the same thing, just to make sure if something happened to the first one or I ran out of the first one, that I would have backup. And that's stupid. And I'll give you an example. Right now, the trend right now is the color butter yellow on clothing, and the other one is strawberry spring makeup. Both look very appealing. The strawberry spring makeup makes me just want to, it just reminds me of like beautiful spring and summer days, this vibrant color, but it's mostly for lips and cheeks. And I already have stuff for lips and cheeks. My blush will last me like another year. It's Glossier. I've been using it for a while. And lips, I don't need any more lip stuff. And so my point is, I already have that one. So I don't need to buy a multiple of something else. Like, if I already have a lipstick, I don't need a second lipstick. I just need the one. If I already have a blush, I don't need the second blush. I already have the one. Butter yellow. Okay, let's say I'm not gonna probably buy anything in butter yellow, although I do love yellow. But if I wanted to play with the trend, me before, I would have bought everything. My whole wardrobe would have ended up being butter yellow. But now it would be one butter yellow dress. I wouldn't buy the top and the sweater and a few other dresses with it. It would just be one yellow dress, and that's it. So the point is like, let's stop buying multiples of everything. And the other thing is like, we can really, if you watch any influencer online, we can really get caught up in this on having a lot of everything, because influencers through and through, whether they are fashion or beauty, will have multiples of anything. If they're a beauty influencer, they have drawers and drawers and drawers of tons of makeup. If they are fashion, they have closets full of clothes, like white t-shirts and jeans and blazers and dresses. Just choose the one, okay? Whether it's a handbag or anything else, choose the one. The next thing that is a total that I would never spend money on, I used to all the time, I don't anymore, is anything in an unboxing haul. Whether it's for camera gear or sneakers or shoes or handbags or skincare or soap, it doesn't matter. There are so many influencers for so many years who do these unboxing videos. And in their unboxing, they'll explain it like, it's so soft, it's such good quality, look at this pigment, look at this color, look at it, it's so beautiful. And then in seeing that, I will instinctively want to go out and buy the thing because it looks great. The problem is that they are seeing and using this thing at a glance. They've had it for 30 seconds. We have no idea how the thing wears. We have no idea how it functions outside of this video. And so from now on, like anytime, my camera died, so we have to pick up where we left off. I have been influenced so many times from unboxings alone. And what I should have done is waited to see what they thought about it a year from then, or done my own research. But what I did do is see it, saw their first reaction to it, and then went out and bought the thing, which was stupid. So like anything from an unboxing, I don't care if it's tech, I don't care if it's beauty or fashion, no. Next one is branded belts. I just think like it's also with the logo thing, like how I feel repelled by logos now. But I just don't think belt, it's just a belt, like it keeps up, it is an accessory, but I don't think it's the most important accessory. As long as it matches and it's doing its job, I don't think it's necessary to spend a few $100s, maybe even more, on a branded belt. And there's been so many that have been trending over the years. Loewe, Celine, the Gucci belt with the big G's. There's been so many, and I just don't think any of them are worth it. At some point, they do go out of style and are likely harder to sell at that point. And so I just think a very classic brown or black belt without logos, without frill, is the best way to go. The last designer belt, it didn't have a logo, but it was definitely, you knew what it was when you saw it, was the Isabel Marant wrap belt. I bought that one in black. I bought that one in brown because I was influenced to buy it by influencers, bought it, and I just couldn't make it work. I tried to make it work. I wore it with different outfits and I just didn't like it. And so I sold it, and that was the last brand name designer belt I bought. And I'm glad I haven't made a purchase since then because I don't think that cost is worth it. Next one is Aesop soap. Don't think it's worth it. Not at all. It's freaking hand soap and it's damn expensive and it's not worth it. And so the fact that people are paying so much money for this damn soap, and it's been trending for so many years. It's like this soap to have among influencers. And it's like, as long as the stuff, I like it to smell kind of good. The one I have smells kind of good, but as long as it like cleans your hands and does the job, I just think it's crazy that we're spending that much money on hand soap. AirPod Max. AirPod Max, not worth it. The reason why I like them is because I like to go into the gym and I like to not see anybody else. I don't want to be distracted. I don't want to talk to people. I just kind of want to like keep my head down and do what I have to do and get out. And so when I have a hat down low and AirPods in, I kind of feel like I'm hiding from the world, which I really like. But these things are so expensive. The battery lasts like nothing. I use it once and it's already like half gone. Whereas my AirPod Pros will last forever. The battery doesn't last. I've had quite a few problems with it where it wouldn't connect to my phone or it would stop working and resetting it didn't work. And it's just, they're just not worth it. I think they cost like $400 or $500 and there's just less expensive, in my opinion, way better options. Or just go with the little AirPods. I think they're much less expensive than the AirPod Max, last way longer, better to travel with, just look for a different pair. I'm sure there's a multitude of them that are less expensive that have as good or higher reviews. There's so many more. Like if I could actually, I wish I had written down when I was a shopaholic all of the items that I had purchased. Like I wish I kept a running list, but I've forgotten about a lot of them and I only remember when I actually see it in my face again. But those are the products, the items, the services, the categories that I wholeheartedly believe are too expensive and absolutely not worth it. Save your money, save your money. I'm talking to myself, and if you want to take my advice, please do. I appreciate you. Thank you for sticking around. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, thanks.